Hey, so I'm doing another build this video, a work table for my garage, and it's kind of it's an entry point into our house, so I need an odd angle on it. Here, you can see I have laid out. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. Laid out the shelf and the top for the table. It's going to be almost 8 feet across, about 2 feet deep, a little over 2 feet deep. The tabletop is, and it took me forever to figure out this angle here versus that angle there for a right triangle that is 20, I want to say 23 inches by, or yeah, about 23 or 29, something like that, inches by 2 feet. So it's almost 2 feet by 2 feet. It would have been a lot easier if I just made everything square, like 2 feet, 2 feet wide, but I didn't because that's not the way I designed it, and I don't know why. But that is the way it is, so I spent like a half a day figuring out those angles, getting those two cut. But essentially, the shelf and the top are going to be very structured, so we'll have 8 cross members between the two of them to provide support for the tabletop and the shelf top, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, 6 legs on all of it. So I've got these 2 structures cut. I've got 4 of my potentially 6 legs cut to length. I've got all of my cross members cut with with pocket holes drilled into them. I've got a sheet of plywood there that I'm going to cut the shelf and the top out of. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll pop back in once things are a little bit further done and kind of show you the progress. I don't know how much I'm going to film this one, just because I got to get it done, and I'm trying to get it done while I'm on PTO, so it is what it is. All right. All right, so we've got our cross members locked in and square. I just need to throw on that angle there and throw on the legs, and we'll be together except for the shelf top and tabletop, and I'll get that cut to shape and put on there real soon. So when you don't have a drill press, you can't get any good angle on a drill. Sometimes you can start off perpendicular, and then as the drill spins, turn that angle and then drill in. That's how you get a straight pre-drilled hole on an angled piece like this. Alright, theoretically this should be level. I haven't flipped it over and seen yet, but I just attached the legs. Here's the bottom shelf that I'm going to attach after I flip it over. Let's see. A little wobbly. I think that's because this isn't quite level. But when we get some weight on it, it'll be fine. put some weight on it, get a top on it, it'll be fine. All right. Well, it's upright. All right, here's the finished structure. And as you can tell, maybe, I had it on another 2 legs here. So this is the side that's going to be up against the wall. I've already got the shelf and the top cut. So it's going to sit top, shelf, and then I'm going to have a backer in those 2 open sections. That way this can sit up against the wall with an overhang on the top, and I don't have to worry about this sitting flush or anything like that, because I've got some trim and other things that are on the wall that it's going to be going on. But that should hold what I need it to hold and last a long time. So I'm going to get all this sanded down, and I'm going to paint it because I don't feel like sealing anything with a finish, and then get the tops put on. I'll seal the tops and we'll get it out to the garage. All right, here's where we're at. I've got everything assembled. I've got everything sanded. Well, everything minus the top. Everything sanded. I've got the bottom portion painted because I wanted to do that before I got the back panel on. I drove in ring shank panel nails, a lot of them along the back panel instead of screwing it in, just because that's what I wanted to do. So back panel's looking nice. Everything else is going to be open when it's installed, so it's just going to be that panel to keep things from falling over behind the unit when it's installed. All right, so we got that. All I'm going to do now is throw a coat of paint on this, and then I've got my top over here that is all sanded, ready for finish, and I'm going to throw a clear finish on this. And then once everything is dry, I'm going to assemble it and get it in place in the garage. So I'll catch up with you then.
It's a better look at the color. Alright, this here is where it's supposed to go. Obviously I need to clear all this out, but that angle is cut in because of this door here, and I need an entryway into that, and I'm tired of there being a corner right there. So I'm just going to take care of that, extend the table out to this shelving unit a little bit, and make it a little bit more stable and nice. Feels good to have this thing set up.